top-down approach. We looked at the markets, we went down to the sectors, and now bottom-up approach, which I love doing as well, very important. Yeah. And we identified the leaders in these great sectors that are starting to go up and are showing strength. And commodities is in a bull market, in my opinion, starting its bull market. I think it ended its bear market, right? In like 2020, would you say that?
Yeah. Yeah. And if I've been putting a chart up for a little while on Twitter, and at the risk of being repetitive.
We like repetition. That's good.
I think it's important, to be looking at this stuff. Like, I think that this is one of the clearest charts that you could look at right now to give you a sense from an asset class perspective of where you may want to put money. This is the broad-based commodities index versus the equal weight S&P. And, this is very clearly a bear market in commodities that started through a bottoming process in 2021, broke out of the bear market in 2021, consolidated through the Fed tightening cycle.
That pendant.
And these are monthly bars. So July, August, here we are moving higher out of that pennant formation. The second leg of this thing should be stronger than the first. The first was pretty good. And there's likely a ways to go here. So something just, we all should be keeping in mind. And if you bring this up to 10 investors, they'll all tell you, why would I ever want to own those companies? They're terrible companies and no one's made money in them for years. And it's like, yeah, well, that's why, you can buy some of these things for 4 or 5 times earnings with solid dividends that are likely to grow.
This is exciting. There's so many I always believe there are opportunities in all markets. You just have to look for them and you need to think different. But this is exciting, David. There's like a lot of opportunities here. And it seems like a lot of this stuff is just starting to get going and very exciting. Uranium. What are your thoughts on uranium? It seems like that CCJ, the uranium sector is doing well.
Yeah. The uranium sector, I think, was one of the great tells. Because if you looked at the way when we got this first move higher in the materials, and this is say in the month of July, after kind of being quiet for a while, throw that back up there. If you look at what happened to Cameco, like at the very start of the strength in July, Cameco came up and out of the range on day one, on the first day. So, they say the first stock to double is the first one to double again. When you see a group turn, you don't want to buy the laggard, you want to buy the one that's behaving the best. Because if something's been doing well during a period where the sector's had difficulty, take the lid off it, it can probably pop higher like a cork coming out of water. And I think that was very, very telling when Cameco lifted right off the bat. And, if you take the URA ETF, Cameco is not on its own. It's certainly acted better, but the URA ETF is acting quite well also.
Absolutely. It's CCJ in the US and the New York Stock Exchange.
CCJ, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
CCJ, and that's a great one.